Jeff Ross.
Hi, this is Jeffrey Paul Ross for NextLevelGuitar.com. We're continuing on in our Inspired By series, and we're going to work on some Delta blues, but we're not going to do it in an open tuning. We're going to do something in standard tuning. A lot of the guys, when they didn't play slide, would do stuff like this. Now, if you would like a free video lesson with a corresponding ebook, please click on the link in the text box below, and we will send you the free video lesson and free ebook from nextlevelguitar.com. So just click on that link below. We are going to be in the key of E. And before we get started, I want to talk a little bit about the guitar I'm using. This guitar is a replica of the old National Duolian type guitar. And I've actually played this guitar side by side with an old National, and this sounds pretty doggone close. I'm really impressed with this guitar. The company is called Republic, and I believe they're out of Texas. I know it's U.S. made, and this guitar is on loan to me from Buffalo Brothers in Carlsbad, California. So I'd like to thank Bob Page at Buffalo Brothers for the use of this guitar. A lot of guys in the 20s and 30s were using resonator guitars so they could be heard, among a crowd, on a street corner in Greenwood, Mississippi, or wherever, playing at a juke joint. So let's get started. We're going to be in the key of E, and we're going to do some standard Delta blues in the key of E. And we're going to start with these little triads, and this is a standard device in blues guitar. And we're going to start with this little E7 triad on the 4th fret. So we've got our second finger on the 4th fret on the G string, then our first finger on the D string on the 3rd fret, and then back to the 4th fret with our 3rd finger on the high E string. Now I'm keeping this going on the low bass. If you're not familiar with this, you don't have to do that right now. Now what I'm doing, I'm anchoring this chord, and I'm hitting the chord, and then I'm pulling my 3rd finger off the high E string so you can hear it open. Then I'm dropping down a half step. Now when I do that, I go to the A string on the bass. Now you can do that too. You can just keep pumping the low E string. That sounds just as good. And what I'm doing, I'm just going down in half steps. Now in between, I'm kind of snapping that low E string. And as I've discussed in previous lessons, I'm playing with my thumb and my first finger. And to get that slap, I kind of just turn my thumb under the string a little bit and just kind of pull it up so you can hear it slap against the neck. And with my first finger, I'm just kind of brushing up. So I've kind of got this action going. Down here, then I just kind of go back up. Okay, and this little device is a standard Delta blues turnaround that you've heard a million times. Everybody used it, from Robert Johnson to Elmore James. So what I got going here is 2 E notes. We got this one on the D string on the 2nd fret with our first finger. And then here we've got the high E on the B string on the 5th fret with our little finger. And that's going to stay constant. And we're going to move the bass notes down. So we're going to take our finger off the D string here. Then with our 3rd finger, come down to the A string on the 4th fret. Then drop that down to the 2nd finger, down 1 fret. And then down to your 1st finger on the 2nd fret. And that's all on the A string. Now the next 3 notes are on the A string. So I'm hitting the open A. Now, if you watch my right hand, I just did 3 notes, but I only hit the string once. See that? And those are hammer-ons. And then just form that little triad, that little B7 triad. End it with an E chord or an E7. Do something like that. So. So this has been Jeffrey Paul Ross for nextlevelguitar.com, reminding you that we have over 1,000 types of guitar lessons, starting with beginners, then intermediate, and on up through advanced. So we'll see you next time.